Hello everyone, I'm Coyote Jack, and well, first I need to start with this one before let's start ranting about the demise of Japan. I tried to record this first, but well, it went too far too long, so I'm not going to bore you too much, but it's a retrospective over the collateral damage that the AAA industry, especially in Japan, and Sony brought to themselves. So let's start with this headline from this fucking website. Former PlayStation exec sees a collapse of creativity in modern games. So he went into an interview with Japan's Gamescom, and in this article state this. He, Former PlayStation boss Sean Layden sees modern games as suffering a collapse of creativity. He said, and much as during a recent panel talk, we also saw him identify some other concerning trends affecting both PlayStation and the rest of the industry. So he said we love this article. Here is rising game development costs and studio consolidations hurt creativity. London says. So this one, he was the head of PlayStation for 23 years at least. He managed that company, and now he's working at Tencent. So I heard one of the tinfoil hat theories is that this fucker decided to destroy the company itself, or at least PlayStation, set the path to their own demise by moving their headquarters to California, the censorship policies, the woke ideology that they pushed moving forward. This fucker left PlayStation in 2019 to work with Tencent. And some tinfoil hat theory says that he did that all because he wanted to sell PlayStation to Tencent. I wonder how much that can be true, but anyway, what actually matters here, here goes. The former Sony exec identified two factors contributing to this crisis of creativity: studio consolidation and rising costs of productions. The latter are largely a result of AAA game development cycles getting longer, while they keep under-delivering because they keep hiring bloat, paying bloat. Honestly, all those DIAs, all the sensibility consultancies, and so on, draining money when it should actually be put out with into development. It's fucking says how fucking crap court. You know that fucking Sony live service costed far more than GTA 5. You start to understand that this is the path they brought themselves in. This is the destruction they decided to let in. Let's not forget that. But continue on. In no small part because consumer expectations for big budget titles are an all-time high. That's not the case anymore. Sure, at first, yeah, because they were consumers kept consuming, and they always jumped on the train high by seeing all those hype trailers that look fucking high details, fucking cinematographics trailers. They were only seeing something that was not going to be the final product. They get pulling bait and switches. Uh, that's that's half true, half lie of a statement in that part. Well, disingenuous. And as a AAA game budget continues to grow, to the point that they are nowadays in the 9-digit figure territory, which I said is you have to be fucking insane. Publisher risk tolerance is decreasing because they want to play fucking safe. And how do they play safe? By either sequels or remakes. Along that they keep hiring all those fucking DEI zealots and destroying their projects from the inside and corrupting all those developers, all those companies, as always, but they allow them to get in. Leiden explaining these guarantees as a natural development. If we're just going to rely on the blockbuster to get us through, I think that's a dead sentence. Funny coincidence considering that you were the one that set that path alongside. You were the last time I saw you bitching about Ghost of Yore. You said you don't like it, don't buy it when everyone has been pointed out the DEI slapped in that fucking sequel. But well, they don't like it, don't buy it, sure. Go ahead. So, this one. The Gamescom Asia panel is far from the first occasion on which the ex-Sony official lambasted this trend. Legend has long maintained that AAA game budget growth is unsustainable, arguing the industry would do well to put a lid on it. And while he had Van Dyke agreed that indie games can help ease the current creativity crisis, they were skeptical about the potential extent of their impact. And this one, Lightning implores AA devs to focus on fun rather than monetizations. Considering that your own company started with that shit, the microtransactions even in Gran Turismo 6, Resistance, all the fucking time saver shit, they were copying EA for far too long. But I wanted to show you this first. Because this fucker says at the end of the day something that is ironically true, despite that he, alongside with many inside of PlayStation and Sony executives, set themselves the destruction of Japan. And I fucking put a lot of blame in PlayStation, Peace Nichols, because they tricked the Japanese and those fucking idiots they allow themselves to get tricked. Well, first, well, it's a chain reaction. I'm going to show you what I'm referring to. Former CEO of Sony Interactive, Sean Layden shared what appeared to be a bleak outlook on the Japanese gaming industry in a recent interview. In a recent interview with IGN Japan, was asked for his insight regarding the current state of the industry, alongside some events during his venture at Sony. Most notably, he gave his opinion on Sony's Japan studio being merged with Temasobi. And here goes. It was sad, Ben, but not necessarily a surprise. Alan Baker, head of Japan Studio. Imagine a Westerner being chair of Japan Studio and say, "Yeah, I want to get hot, but nah, man, it's better for the Western." You know, the circle jerk is just fucking disgusting and evident there. Was great guy, and he was trying really hard, but the legacy was too big. They were low budget games focused more on beat video games rather than fucking interactive movies. Or chasing fucking trends. Just like you stated here, blockbusters, yeah, it's a dead sentence, but you were there. You. Ah, man, it's just fucking stupid from this guy. It's hard when a studio doesn't have a hit for a while because they keep chasing blockbuster after blockbusters. So Sony created Killzone because of Call of Duty. Sony created Resistance because of Halo. They were mad at, despite that they were the first people to come out with Gran Turismo. Microsoft and other developers came out with their own version of their games, and they were destroying Gran Turismo while also they butchered the development of that game. I remember how fucking butchered, broken, and in some capacity it is. Gran Turismo 5 and 6. And let's not talk about GT Sport and GT7, how they set themselves with the microtransactions and pushing those games to be live services. It's rich. Yeah, I know I'm ranting even going back to the topic to Japan. Let's continue. And employees forget what it feels like, and then you start to forget how to make a work of a success. In such a case, I think there are two possible paths. One is the path they actually took. The other is the path of taking very strict and drastic measures out of love. What? focus it on what you made you great in the first place and going far and beyond. But they didn't listen. They didn't do that. The other is the path of taking very strict and drastic measures out of love. This may be what happened with Team Nasobi. Oh, so you say, yeah, I wanted to push more westernization, and you just straight killed Japan studio. Oh, but you gave a lot of money to Angry Lesbian too. Let's not forget that. It's like pruning the branches of a bonsai tree. You cut the branches back close to the trunk and then watch them regrow. That trunk was just dried and dead. It's worth mentioning that Sony Japan is behind iconic franchises such as Apescape, Gravity Rush, Shadow of the Colossus, and more. That they weren't that much of a big budget development there. And despite that, they sold fine. They weren't slapped in the fucking consoles just like the Western release. Let's not forget that. Sony tells you lies with how their own first party games sell because they keep bundling with the console. But Gravity Rush then didn't do that. They did, maybe I'm lying. They did that with PS Vita, but you know how much PS Vita was a flop, and then they decided to launch a digital remaster for the PlayStation 4, and that shit sold. And then they did Gravity Rush 2, and that sold too. But say, you know what? It's not that much of a money. They is not making fucking AAA blockbuster levels like Call of Duty, despite that didn't cost as much as fucking Angry Lesbian 2, as fucking fuck crap court. Jesus Christ. And just continue on because the ranting doesn't end there. Ledin goes on to criticize Japan studios for trying to reach global audiences, saying that they have not been successful for a long time. I wonder, and even applauds Squeenix for abandoning its ambition to expand development overseas. Squeenix is fucking idiots. You know, this guy has been fucking stupid. At least in the last time in there. And back in 2021, Sony Japan Studio was merging into Asobi during a time where Sony was restructuring to place more emphasis on American audiences and consolidation resources in California, while at the time, Sony representatives claimed that Japan remains an important market, and he was there. Recent years have seen Japanese developers split the platform due to the growing censorship to appease global standards. Excuse me, the most important part here. Global audiences. Japanese studios for trying to reach global audiences. Let's see how that went. I mean, even with Western developers, they did that. And they keep doing it. How well is it performing for them? Meanwhile, games like South Korean gacha games, like Blue Archive, they're making the money and they just keep performing. And they are just putting to shame Japan gacha games. This is what makes me laugh a lot. A lot of people on Teen Fans are fans of Black Quarter, Nakayama said. In order to make Kimberly as authentic as possible, we spoke out with many black employees within the company. We also hired consultants to help us design the character and her mannerisms. Capcom hired consultants to design Blood character and Street Fighter side. Dude, bruh. Street Fighter from over a decade ago. Dudley. Those Japanese companies are filled with brain rot, man. Honestly. They're filled with so fucking brain rot that it's not even funny. Just like I covered with Bamco, that they are just fucking forcing to quit all those developers inside Japan while they are promoting projects like this. And Soul Calibur 6, the last entry, sold fucking better for a niche crowd than fucking Unknown 9. Or even look at Arc System, how they backstabbed Guilty Gear fans. This is one that pisses me the most because fucking thanks to Guilty Gear, that's how I met Blast Blue, and Blast Blue is a better game by far, better fighting game alongside with better development and over designed characters because they put far more effort into that game moving forward. And when it ended with Central Fiction, and I'm really glad, I was glad that the developer, the creator, Morrison, left precisely because he saw the fucking wall when Daisuke Shiwatari, the creator of Guilty Gear, got called out by the Japanese people for making Bridget a fucking trunie, and how he reckoned a lot of characters for chasing that mother audience. And even just like this person is actually calling this fucking FGC zealot retard. Retard. It's the correct word. If you are defending these modernized designs for Westerners which censors and cover up women because you are afraid of being shunned by child predators in the FGC or retards on Twitter over a bit of cleavage or exposed navel on characters you quote unquote adore, you were never a real fan to begin with. If you're still a fan on Stride at this point, you deserve to be publicly ridiculed. Yeah, just like we said a lot of games that they keep spitting on fans, they keep butchering their games, and those fucking idiots still attacks today and defending with a fucking shieldless word. Yeah, you deserve to be ridiculed to no end, bullied out of internet. And look, let's look into retrospective how they butchered DC. And also her designs with her wings. Undine and man, I keep forgetting that character. The skull type. Asenkor. I think this was that Guilty Gear that played like Cadillacs and dinosaurs. Guilty Gear Judgment. Yeah, it only got released in Japan, and you could play that if you have a model PlayStation Portable if you want. This is XRD, Revelator, Details Undine, and the Skeleton Guy. And then look what they did to her. Destroyed Undine. The Skeletor guy make them more look like they're going insane. Another retcon, well, this is just real fucking covered. And look, she's showing an ankle. The oh man, it's just they had it at the range Muslim. Or nah, just the fucking Californian Westerners. And Daisuke Shibatari turning into one of those. And you know what? I'm going to try to keep a peace in the FGC. I'm going to keep destroying the lore and my characters just for the sake of them. Ah, man. And that's all I wanted to share here with you for now. Yeah, I just have this in my tab. Hina. Look how even a character that is just like heavily inspired from certain characters from Japan, it's designed by South Koreans. Sure, they hire Japanese people, and look, if you see in this account, it's a Japanese people drawing art of her because that person likes that character. A South Korean game took over Japan, along with Nikke Goddess of Victory. That's all I wanted to share here with you. Japan destroyed themselves so fucking hard, and and it shows, and it fucking shows. Now they did it with this another one, and look how they retconned Elfeld alongside with nerfing her boobs. Oh, but if you nerf and long enough to look like Connie Archive, sure, the FGC is going to bitch like, oh, my pedo! And all that fucking shit. But that's it. That's all I wanted to share with you for now. Thanks for watching, and please have a pretty good day and please take care and seriously.